Come on, Billy. Yo, what's up, YouTube? So in today's video, it's great for all you Android 18 simps because I am analyzing her gameplay, and she is rather good. In the video, I rank her a low S tier. I'm going to explain why, and in the gameplay analysis, it shows why because I'm going up against a top 10 Z ranker who is using all Broly archetype characters. So he's just Ki Blast spamming me, he is ultimate spamming me, and really taking advantage of the super armor, and that exposes some of the weaknesses in Android 18. But I show and analyze how I deal with it with Android 18, and of course with the synergy of my other characters. And it was against Billy, who I've played against many times, and he's never really rage quit on me. Like, this is his first time ever rage quitting on me out of like maybe 15 matches that we've had, and it's unfortunate. And maybe he rage quit on me because I had Android 18. That's just how good Android 18 is. Not really, but still. Anyway, if you learned something, like and subscribe. Have a good day, you guys. So, as you guys can see, I am giving a character spotlight to Android 18. You thirsty assholes out there must really love that. But anyway, first thing to notice, she starts out with 1 skill point and 3 ki bars, and she has perpetual ki gain. So that's really good. You could start out really aggressively, open them up. You can start out with Ki Blast spamming. I really recommend you start out with Ki Blast spamming, because if you're playing against someone who knows that Android 18 comes out with ki advantage most times, he will probably play defensively, and he'll probably try to look for a perception. So how you counter that is just spam them with Ki Blasts. If you can catch them while they're deflecting, to open them up. Easy. Another thing to notice is that she starts out with 1 skill point. So she could get 1 instant sparking or 1 android barrier for 2 points. Or she could get a free super perception. So let's say, for example, you lose the first engagement, right? He's able to open you up. You get a free super perception before he does. So not only are you at an offensive advantage because you have more ki than them at the start of the round, but you are at a defensive advantage because you start with 1 skill point. And because of that, Android 18 is good on point. The only downfall of her being on point is that she doesn't have a transformation where she could transform to a higher DP character and potentially deal with lower DP characters more easily or characters with super armor more easily. But let's check out her skills. So as you can see, she could store a maximum of 4 skill points. She has Android Barrier, which costs 3 skill points, and Instant Sparking that costs 3 skill points as well and gives her some buffs. So she's a really strong character because she plays different playstyles. You could use her as a instant sparking spammer. You could play her really aggressively because you have a defensive tool in your back pocket and you have perpetual ki gain. So if you lose your engagements because he gets a super counter off, you're able to take it back through winning the Vanish Wars. And since you have 1 extra skill point at the start of the round, you have a revenge counter probably earlier than him, and are able to keep yourself in the engagement because of revenge counters. So let's see how fast she regains ki perpetually. That is pretty quick. That's quicker than the normal amount. Yeah, and she regains ki perpetually past 2 ki bars. All characters will perpetually gain ki up to 2 ki bars, but Android 18's perpetual ki gain is much faster, and she can perpetually gain up to max ki bars. To max ki gauge, so that's insane. Not only does she perpetually gain ki, but she gains ki even faster if you were to hit your opponent. So look at this. So there is a massive reward for aggressive playstyles, such as mine. Speaking of aggressive playstyles, let's check out her combo pattern. So I think if you're an aggressive player, choosing characters who have a good combo pattern is really important. So I said in a previous video what I define as what I'm saying combo pattern is it's not an official term, but it's just your XY attack. XY. She has gut punch at first, gut punch again, flying kicks as the third, rolling hammer as the fourth. So gut punch, flying kicks, and rolling hammer as her XY attacks. That's really good because you could just immediately stun him with a gut punch and then think about what you want to do offensively. And that could work towards breaking through people's super armor. Let's say they're blocking you, right? They block this gut punch and then you continue combo string. Oops. You could use flying kicks on the third attack to open them up because a lot of people are not guarding high. The only way to block flying kicks is with either a super perception, a super counter, or a high block. If he does not get a super perception or a super counter off, you will open him up most times with flying kicks because almost nobody's blocking high. But her having Gut Punch as her first and second Y attack, really, really good. Although her step-in attack, as you can see, is flying kicks. So let's say if you know he's the type to hold block, you can open him up with flying kicks. Or even if you just start off your combo with flying kicks, you'll probably open him up if he's not holding perception. And if he is holding perception, the great thing about Android 18 again is she could spam Ki Blast, so you can open him up easily. You could force him to start blocking instead of holding super perception. Instead of holding perception, and then once you start to get him blocking, come in here, got him. Maybe this will make him start going to holding perception again, but since you opened him up a little bit, easy. Ki Blast spam, Ki Blast spam. He starts blocking again, open him up. He starts holding perception again, Ki Blast spam. Starts blocking again, open him up. That's how that's how oppressive Android 18 can be. Okay, now let's check out her perception move. Hit me, come on. It's a knockback perception move, not bad. I'm not sure if this is a true connecting combo. Alright, I'm pretty sure they could probably guard it. I don't know if it is, but this perception move is it's okay. It's not bad, it's not great. At the very least, it knocks them back and it resets you guys to neutral. Also, this perception move, the knockback perception move, will go through after image. So Android 18 is good at countering after image in that she gets perpetual ki gain and just could walk them down with Ki Blasts. And if they do try to physically hit you, you have a knockback perception that will hit them. Just don't do the follow-up to the attack because they'll be able to teleport it with their after image strike. So doing this to after image strike characters is important. And if they manage to attack you, just do a perception, knock them back, and continue doing your Ki Blast spam. They're going to be rendered useless. So let's talk about Android 18's Ki Blasts. Of course, her Ki Blast game is very strong because she perpetually gains Ki. She can just, like, let's look how long it takes for her to run out of Ki before, yep, and then I can immediately start doing it again. Now, of course, if you're going to spam at range, you have to be careful because if you want to open them up, if you spend all of your Ki bars to the point where you don't even have one left, you're going to have to wait to gain one Ki bar, and that is the weakness of Android players. If they spend all of their Ki, they cannot be as oppressive. They have to wait. Look how long I have to wait. So if you could get someone to Z-burst dash at you, an Android player to constantly Z-burst dash at you, you could run out their Ki, which the gameplay I show with the Z ranker, he does exactly that. He runs out my Ki and I have to stand there and wait for my Ki to recharge. So if you're an Android player, be very, very careful to not spend more than you could, to bite off more than you can chew. Do not do that. Be careful of that because you don't want to be at 0 Ki. You want to always have enough to be able to do a Z-burst dash. So right here is when I would stop spamming Ki Blast. The only time I'd spend all my Ki is if I'm close enough to engage and regain all of that Ki. But if I'm from distance, I would not spend so much to a point where I have less than 1 Ki bar, I should say. So if I do this, this is good, right? If I want to engage, boom, easy. She also, her charged Ki Blast is also really fast. Look at that. Right, the faster it is, the better, because then they won't be able to react to it by standing still and deflecting it. Like I keep saying in every video, you have to stand still to reflect the charged Ki Blasts. The slower it is, the faster they could react to it. The reason why the faster the better is because you can just do this. Oops. Do that. Open them up with the charged Ki Blast. So let's look at Android 18 supers. She has a 2 Ki bar super, which if you know me, you know I love 2 Ki bar supers. Technically, Android 18 doesn't really need it because she perpetually gains Ki. The reason why 2 Ki bar supers are so good is because every character perpetually gains up to 2 Ki bars. So if you finish a combo, you could end it off with a super because you should have gained 2 Ki bars at the end of a combo. But for Android 18, since she perpetually gains Ki and gains even more Ki when she attacks someone, she could get away with having supers that cost a lot. But hey, if it's 2 Ki bars, that's even better. Save even more Ki. But yeah, her supers are pretty good actually, and since she perpetually gains Ki, you could use them a lot, right? Look at this. I should be able to gain 2 Ki bars. Enough, yep. There you go. And of course she has instant sparking. Let's check out her ultimate.
You're dead meat. Bye-bye.
15k damage, not that much. Not the best ultimate in my opinion. It is a rush ultimate, a dash attack ultimate, so that's good. It looked like it came out rather quickly, so it could be pretty difficult to vanish. And another thing I want to bring up about her 3 key bar super is that it comes out rather quickly. So you could punish someone if you could see them going instant sparking or trying to set something up across the stage. Use that and you will probably punish them. But yeah, I think that's really it about Android 18. Overall, her playstyle, I really like it. I really like how she's great at range and she's also great up close. She has an instant sparking. She has a barrier to keep herself safe. She has a 2 key bar super. She has perpetual key gain and could gain even more if you're super aggressive. So overall, I would give her playstyle an S rank, the way the character is developed to play the game. I would give that S tier. The only thing that is holding her back is that she cannot transform and she costs 5 DP. If you're going to spend a lot of DP on a character that can, on your team, 5 DP is a lot. I would much rather spend 5 DP on a character that can transform and thus break through super armor, because that is something you have to take into consideration. All the transformations on your team, that is only increasing your total DP on the team, and the higher DP, of course, the stronger. Of course, it's not the case all the time, but if you're, like I said, if you're going to spend a lot of DP on a character, they should be able to transform and become an even stronger character, and that is the one thing holding Android 18 back. But I guess she could make up for it with her oppressive playstyle that could probably break through any other metas. It just won't break through the super armor meta. So with that being said, overall, I give Android 18 a low S tier. She makes up for her lack of transformation and lack of breaking through super armor with her playstyle. I love it. But since she can't, you have to adjust your playstyle, and the best way to break through super armor is probably one hit, gut punch. She will probably struggle with characters who have super armor, because if you're using a low DP character, the best characters that could deal with super armor are the ones who have a step-in gut punch. But she has a step-in flying kick, so that's not good. And also her perception is not a gut punch either. Okay. Thank you, CPU. I vanished those. Yep. That perception... the best things, if you have a low DP character and are dealing with someone with super armor, you have to do step-in gut punches or hit them with a perception gut punch. Since Android 18 has none of those, you have to hit them with a one attack gut punch. And that is not the best. So again, why I rank her a low S tier and not a high S tier. But on any other character that doesn't have super armor, she is a high S tier. Anyway, enjoy the analysis video, like and subscribe. Have a good day, you guys. So here I am commentating over some Android 18 gameplay I had. As you will soon see, the person I'm going up against is actually a top 10 Z ranker. He's using a 3-man team of Kale, Z Broly, and Super Broly. They are ulti spamming team, key blast spamming team, but their disadvantages is that they spawn in with only 1 key bar and 0 skill points. So if you could open them up in the beginning, you will probably win the first engagement, especially if you're good at Vanish Wars. But he knows this, and that's why he's playing passive. I Z-burst dash at him, try to bait out Perception, and spam him with Key Blasts. He's using Perception and trying to back off with Key Blasts. He's playing passive, so he wants to buy time to get his transformation off. We're tied in engagements right now, in damage. He's able to burn out my key advantage by dashing up and down. He knows I want to try to get to him. And he's doing that furthermore to stall, so he has time to transform. So now I know. He is a very passive playstyle. He wants to run away. He wants to buy time. And that's kind of how you need to play these characters who spawn in with 1 key bar and no skill points. They're probably going... You start the round with less momentum than the other person. Imagine you're doing a race and you have to start behind the rest of the competitors. These are how the transformation characters go. But then they're the type where if they could get going, they get going. Like he transformed to Berserker Kale, and now I am in massive trouble because I let him get his momentum started. Not even just that I let him do it, but because since he was able to run away and play defensively and play the runaway game long enough, that's enough to get things started. Now I have to change my playstyle. I have to play in a way that gets through super armor. Look at that super armor, it's insane. And look at that ki blast damage. Crazy. Now we're in a Vanish War. Watch this. I gained enough for a revenge counter. I use the revenge counter. I want to see if he's going to try to counter my revenge counter. And if he does, it spends 2 skill points. And I'm okay with that because he needs his skill points to go instant spark. So I made him spend 2 skill points when he should have just let me stay in the engagement. But he's probably scared of engaging with me. That's why he used the perception. And there it is again. I make him use another 2 skill points to continue knocking me back. So I guess you could say I'm buying time. I'm trying to buy time so I can transform to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Because that's the only character on my team that could break through super armor easily. But that's going to be very tough because he has 3 characters that is capable of having super armor. He has enough for instant spark now. I can't let him set it up. I don't know if switching to Gohan was the best idea because Kale has instant spark and he could finish my Gohan easily even if I transform. I transform out of desperation. I know he has Z Broly and Super Broly. I've played against Billy several times. And now he has like ultra armor. No matter what I do, I won't stun him. At least I have explosive wave in the back pocket. I burn it early. I hope and pray that I could somehow damage Billy, but I can't. He's locked me in now. And one thing to notice is that he loves using those charged smash attacks to knock me back. His whole game style is really dependent on running away and knocking me back. And that is why he always challenges my revenge counter. He does not want me to stay in the engagement. But since he challenges it, I'm able to stop him from going instant sparking because it costs him 2 skill points as well. But since he was able to wait long enough and played patiently enough, he was able to get instant sparking off. But because since I'm forcing him to use perception on my revenge counter, he's not able to spam it as much. This is Super Saiyan Super Broly. Sometimes I get confused between the two. His Super Saiyan form does not have super armor. His Berserker form is when he goes shirtless, so that's how I remember. If he's shirtless, he has super armor, which is ironic to say because his actual armor breaks, and then his bare body is stronger than his actual armor now. Yep, here's Berserker Broly. This is not good. Since he has super armor, he knows I can't do I can't even stun him. Look, I've stunned him already. I mean, I tried to hit him and it just doesn't go through his super armor. He's able to just sit there and charge to sparking mode. And he just ki blast spams the hell out of me. Nothing I could do. I use False Courage to try to offset some damage because even if I don't get the super armor properties from False Courage, at least I'll get a damage reduction. I bring in Hercule. Nothing else I could really do. Hopefully I could vanish this. Nope, I'm trash. And all it takes is one ulti to finish my Hercule. Insane, 30k damage. If you go instant sparking, or if you go sparking mode, you will break through super armor as a low DP character. So if your low DP character has a sparking mode and you have the opportunity to use sparking against someone who has super armor, that's probably the best move. But of course, if you're going up against a good player, they probably won't let you set up instant sparking. But the fact that, okay, so the reason why he's able to go sparking mode so many times is because if he downs a character, that's a massive advantage for him. I'm not locked onto him, I have to look for him. So he spends that time charging and going into sparking mode. And if I find him, it's too late because I can't stun him and he's already in the moment of going sparking. So the adaptation I have to make is be even more careful with my with my characters. I cannot let him down any of my characters. So yeah, since I let him down my characters, he's able to get his shenanigans going. I'm locked off. He's able to just constantly spam and charge into sparking mode. And I've lost this game. At this point, I'm just mentally thinking, how can I counter this? I have to be more aggressive. I have to try and damage all his characters before they transform. And I should be able to, because they only spawn in with 1 key bar. I have Android 18 who spawns in with 3 key bars. That should be an easy engagement for me to win 90% of times. I should only lose engagements if I mess up, and I really shouldn't be messing up. So you can see how he really takes advantage of the lock off. Once I'm locked off of him, he just sits there and charge. So again, my adaptation is I gotta survive. If he downs a character, that's when he's going to charge into sparking mode. Easier said than done though, because the characters he's using will finish your characters if you let them get started. So don't let him get started, be more aggressive, and if he does get started, I can't let him down a character.
I'm not planning on losing this fight.
Let's have a good fight. No holding back now.
I start out trying to spam him with key blasts. He tries to run away from me. I'm able to catch up. He was able to use the ascension descension thing to charge up some key. Now he is tied with me in key management. He's spamming key blast, playing defensively. Yep, like I said, he loves using that charged attack. It's to knock me back and set up a charge, a key charge. With KO Broly and Super Broly, being able to charge a key is crucial, because like I keep saying, they're at a massive disadvantage in the beginning. So if you can knock me back or run away and charge some key, that is the way to play their base forms, or like how to get them started. So people might call this cheesy, which I agree it is cheesy, but that's kind of how you have to play the archetype of character. Well, not have to, but if you want to take advantage of their strengths, this is what you do. In the beginning, run away, charge key so you don't lose your engagements. Once you've stalled enough, you can transform. And since you've stalled, you probably didn't take that much damage. Look at him, he's still healthy, he's just sitting there charging, taking advantage of his super armor. Now that I let him get started, I have to save my characters, I have to constantly switch out. I have to watch for his instant spark. If he downs a character, he's just gonna sit there and charge and go sparking mode. He's not going to engage with me. He switches out because he doesn't want me finishing his KO. Yep, I'm adapting. I see he's going for the charge smash attack, so I'm vanishing them now. Or at least trying my best to vanish them. I don't know why my combo just dropped there. He low sweeps me, hits me with that super. I vanish it, waste his key, that's good. He still has key advantage because he's doesn't matter, I make him spend 2 skill points. Now he can't transform to Berserker Broly right away. And if he wants to transform to Super Saiyan Broly, that will reset his switch gauge. He has to make a decision here. Does he switch or does he transform? And that's why it's so important to engage with these characters. Force them to make this tough decision. If you win your first engagement and get off like a bar or 2 of damage, if they do transform, at least they have less health. See, if he transforms now, he's going to be locked out of switching for like a good 50 seconds. So he switches back into Berserker KO. I use False Courage to get my own super armor. If you use False Courage, it counters these people who love to use Key Blast spam, and I'm able to also just walk through their Key Blast and hit them with an XY, and then that'll stun them through their super armor. XY as in like with Master Roshi, that's a gut punch, so yeah. Now I'm thinking, should I switch or should I transform? I take the opportunity to switch. I know there is a base Z Broly, I know there's a base Super Broly in the back, so I'll just transform for them. I don't want to risk getting put in the blender by Berserker KO with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
So that's it.
Yeah, another reason why super armor is such a strong mechanic in this game is that ki blasts do not stun them. And ki blasts are the best way to open someone up. So they're taking away, with super armor, it takes away your ability to open someone up. Or I don't want to say it takes away your ability to open someone up, it makes it much more difficult. He does a desperation ulti, I'm able to dodge it. I bring Gohan back in. I believe I could deal with Kale now. I hit him with the super. He switches out. Yep, this is good for me. I'm able to transform now. Yep. If he transforms, I feel a lot more safer now because I could rip through his super armor. He baits me. Let's see if this hits. It does not hit. Yeah, well, a lot of these Broly archetype players do is they sit there and charge, and then they wait for you to come to them, and then they hit you with a super. And their supers cost so much, that's why they sit there and charge. But they also have such a quick activation time that when you do Z-Burst dash at them, they're able to catch you with a super. So he literally sits there and charges the sparking mode while I can't really do anything. Because I'm thinking, oh, he might engage with me, but he doesn't. So I should have been charging and getting enough ki to Z-Burst dash at him. I didn't have enough ki for that. Now he's ki blast spamming me. My only hope is an explosive wave. He could finish my Gohan here. I get the switch off. He knocks me back, but unlucky for me, his sparking mode is over. And damn, I don't know why my ascension there didn't work. Like, I was ascending and it was just pushing him up with me. But luckily, I'm able to get away from him, and I'm able to just stall out sparking mode just a little bit longer. This is not good for me. I'm near kill range. He doesn't get his ulti off. This is great. He has enough for instant sparking. I keep him in the engagement. He wants to keep knocking me back, so he spends his own 2 skill points. I'll take this over an instant sparking. It's fine. He knows I want to switch out, so he uses the ki blasts. I use false courage so the ki blasts don't stun me in super armor. He's spamming ki blasts really hard because he knows I'm going to switch. But I use false courage to counter the ki blast spam. And now I'm able to switch out safely to Android 18. Since he charges a lot, he has ki advantage. I let him win the Vanish War. I counter with a revenge counter. He uses perception to continue knocking me back because he needs to switch. So he spends his 2 skill points, can't get an instant sparking off, and he's forced to switch into Z Broly, who is much easier to deal with than Berserker Broly or Berserker Kale. Oh, I super countered that grab. Nice. Here comes the hard counter. It's much harder to counter 3 of these archetypes of characters. So Super Saiyan 2 Gohan alone doing it, it's difficult. But you can see he put in the work. Yeah, I was just sitting there blocking because I thought he was gonna hit me with a raw super. Because when Broly transforms, when all of these characters transform, they gain a full ki gauge. And here he is. He's probably gonna hit me with a raw super because I'm dashing at him. Yep. Yeah, you see how fast it comes out. I don't think I'm dead here. And since he hit me with a super and spent all his ki bar, he can't engage with me. So this is why I say I love DP battle. You don't get punished for people throwing out raw supers. If anything, they get punished for spamming supers because I'm able to just switch. But since he's using the strongest supers and ultimates in the game, it's giving me trouble even if I have the switch mechanic. I use false courage to offset the ki spamming. And I'm able to win. GG. I say GG. 5th time using Android 18, and this is what I have to do my best to deal with. Yep, my 5th game ever with Android 18, and this is what I deal with. But that's how you know it's not really about the characters you choose, but understanding the game. I probably could have chose any other character and still managed the same thing. But I do know the strengths of Android 18, being she has perpetual ki gain, and she spawns him with 3 ki bars. So I could ki blast spam him, which is exactly what I do. I know he's playing defensively. He's looking for the perception, so I don't attack him physically until I could see he's deflecting or blocking. Yep, he's starting to deflect. Yep, I vanished that. I knew he was going to go for a charge smash attack. So I'm adapting to his gameplay. Hit him with the super revenge counter, I mean. He could transform here. Nope, but he chooses to switch because if he were to transform, he would be locked out of his switching mechanic for a good while. So he wants to preserve his Kale. Next time she comes in, she'll have more health and be able to transform. Well, that's fine for me. I'd rather him switch because I knew I did a good amount of damage to him to the point where even if he recovers 10k, it will net a negative still. So bring out your other forms. I want to try to damage them too. Not your other forms, your other characters. And not only that, but that gives me a little more time to set up my SS2 Gohan. Yep, bring out the other base form, that's fine. He should have brought out his Kale, because if you're going to transforming on the lower, weaker, low DP characters is probably the best thing, because they don't do as much damage. And if you could just stall out a little bit, stalling out the weaker characters is easy. So you could just literally transform, not engage, and not take that much damage, and then you'll be able to switch out again and gain even more health, and then it will be, soon enough, it will be like you have a fresh character that just, a fresh, really strong character because they transform. But the problem with that is that setting all of that up takes a lot of time. And you could stall yourself out to a loss. So that's what he does. He switches in Kale. I believe he should have switched her in a little sooner. You can see how she still has basically lost 10,000 health because I was able to damage her enough to the point where switching, it helped her, but then she's still at a deficit. I bring Android 18 back. I need the key advantage to constantly win my engagements against these characters. I cannot let them transform. She might transform here. Yep. I should have used the revenge counter after that Sonic Sway to keep myself in the engagement. But I didn't. Let's see if he wins this Vanish War. He does not. That's a choke. That's a massive choke. There is no excuse to lose your Vanish Wars when you're in sparking mode and your opponent is not. Or maybe he lost it on purpose because he wants to take advantage of sparking mode. The longer I'm able to stall him out, the better for me. So maybe he lost it on purpose, actually. Yep, just sit there and charge. Try to take advantage of your super armor. And since he charges, he has key advantage. Oh no, instant spark. This is not good. Master Roshi could get downed in one engagement. But since he has only 3 characters, I could afford to sacrifice one character. And if I'm going to sacrifice a character, it's probably going to be Master Roshi. I'm sorry, Master Roshi. I'm able to stall out his sparking. I use False Courage to give me some super armor when his sparking is over. You see how those Ki Blasts are not affecting me. False Courage is super strong against Ki Blast spammers. Look how it's not stunning me. But I do think sparking will stun you even if you have what's it called? False Courage on. Does it? I'm not sure. I think it does. Someone who knows, please comment. I was getting so desperate. I was mashing for my life to try to hit him, but Roshi was swinging at nothing. Luckily, he didn't get the switch out. But even if he did, I don't think it matters. And he rage quits. Come on, Billy. I don't think he's ever rage quit on me before, but that's the first time he's rage quit on me. Yeah, first time he's rage quit on me, and it was against me when I'm using Android 18. You can see the leaderboards here. I'm number 13. I think as of right now I dropped because I lost a game yesterday. If I lose a game, I lose a lot of skill points and I drop like 2 spots on the leaderboard. But you can see Billy is 10th. I'm 13th. I've never broken top 10, but maybe I could, but it's difficult. I have to literally go on like a 30 win streak for me to bump up on the leaderboards. If I lose even one game, I get bumped down like two spots. Because for example, when I lose a game, I lose 500 to 18. 500 to 800 not skill points, ranked points. And for every game I win, the most I'll gain is like 200 to 300 if they are on top of the leaderboards like I am. But if I'm at a point where if I face an S5 rank, I gain 0 points. I played an S3 rank yesterday and I only gained 8 points from him. But if I lose to him, that's 500 points lost. And I lost to an S5 rank yesterday and I lost like 700 points. It was insane. Anyway, if you learned something, like and subscribe. Have a good day, you guys.